What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe. To the welcome to opening night of the CME. As you guys can see, things have definitely already gotten started. Hang on a second. I gotta put these on. There we go. I gotta put these on. Not because I'm trying to look. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna stay with you guys, man. I'm gonna have one of my guys follow me with the camera, and we'll get this party started. Oh, pardon me. Say what's up, Thor. There's my guy Thor. There's Pop over there in the background. Allie the assassin. Pearl. Yeah, absolutely. There's Ed. Lattimore. Who else? There you go. Okay, you're the guy who's gonna follow me with the camera. For sure. Yeah. So that's the guy right there. Thought mommy's in the club. She gonna need a babysitter. So you actually switch it back and forth just like that.
Yeah, Instagram Live, Facebook Live.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, homie.
Oh, YouTube Live.
This is broadcasting to all 136,000. So just stay on me, and we will get this party started, man. Appreciate it. Go.
Excuse me.
I love Troy.
Don't worry, man. I'm a poor relation.
Hey, go find a seat. Don't follow me. That's what I say. I gotta stick with him. I'm losing him.
See, I'm saying photo shooting speed.
Yes, online.
Oh.
I'll do it tonight.
There we go. Oh, we got look at it. So there's MLD trying to hump 4. We all knew he was fruity. God, look at MLD's suit, dude. Hold on.
Clean.
Look at this. Look how clean this dude is, man.
With the burgundy.
Damn.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
That looks really good, dude. Like I'm low-key hating. Look at these.
Nobody told me.
Yeah. I wanted to scale it way down from Vegas, if you know what I mean. Dude, the video in Vegas was. How many calories did we lose walking this time? Oh, everything.
I just missed the pop. Man, I could use the lose a few calories. Talking Billy.
The talking Billy. Oh, we got chat.
He said he didn't start the stream yet.
Oh, well, I'll let them
Handle.
You just turn around and like, hey, how you doing?
We're good.
Cool.
Are you recording this for video?
Yeah. Oh, it's not yet? No, no, it's not supposed to project on speakers. It's only supposed to project. If the room is small enough to where we can just use our own voices. Yeah, they're looking out there. Oh, man, dude, how you doing? Holy smokes, I thought you were a short guy. Holy
Shit happens, man.
man. Oh, you haven't heard. We got those are my glasses.
What?
Glasses for sure. We got my tape on my glasses. You want hands?
So that's like friendship, man. So people fuck with you, but they don't fuck with him.
He was, remember, yeah.
That's what I'll do. If you go to sensitive subjects and turn off the feed for you.
George is in there putting in a room.
Man first, man.
Thank you.
Might have to assess one whole.
You know what? What if I bring out my ring test? I went in before. There you go. Donovan Sharpe recycles.
I'd sell it that day.
Yes, I
Yeah.
Now I've been fat ever since. It's called starvation reflex.
So what are they doing right now? Like introduction?
Yeah, we're getting ready to do the speaker introductions. We're actually getting ready to take the guy
You're
at
walking
the end.
20 miles a day, 60 pounds on your back, not sleeping, maybe you get time to eat.
You think anyone would pay for something like that? You guarantee 20 pounds off?
In the back? No, not in the back.
What? I can't. I'm streaming for his channel. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we're announcing first. You guys go, yeah.
Are you here for the CME? Yeah, I'm an attendee? All right, yeah, come on in, just take a seat. No, I don't know his information.
Travel light, freeze it.
Following you, yeah.
You are, and you also are the support behind the originator of this conference.
And this last couple months have been really challenging. But I'm really happy to have everybody here. This is awesome. And I hope you guys have a great time. We're going to be all over Broodell this weekend, so it'll be fun.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, are you ready? R.P. Thor, come up here. George, good to see you, sir.
You too, buddy.
Where did you come in from?
I came in from California.
Excellent. Yeah. So you're gonna have to split that bottle of wine.
Well, I don't drink actually, but being in California is so stressful that I don't drink.
I want you to. Really. California drives you to drink.
Exactly.
What are you gonna talk about this weekend?
I'm going to talk about how I became durable as a man. I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened to me in my life and the habits that I acquired and the skill set that I think is the most valuable skill set that a man can have. And that is the skill set to turn adversity into advantage. So that's what I'm going to talk about. A couple instances that happened to me when I was a young man. I had a huge ego and thought I knew it all. I was a power lineman. Boy, I could climb those towers, climb those helicopters, work on 1,000,000 volts barehanded. Right? Yeah, that did work so well at one point, and I ended up electrocuting myself. I'm going to tell the story about that and how I recovered. It took me 12 years to recover from that, and to get out from under that rock that I put myself in. And I did it. I did it to myself. And hopefully you guys can learn a few things about that. And I call it how I became durable. And I'm hoping that if you guys have the chance to listen to some of the habits that I developed for myself over the years, that you'll be able to become durable too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, good to see you. Where did you come in? Sorry.
About 10 minutes that way.
Oh, the line's gonna have to get split between 3 people now. What are you gonna talk about this weekend?
This
This weekend I'm going to talk about some insights that I've gleaned into female nature from being paid to professionally sling dick for
Yeah!
I got to know you. We went out for dinner with a few other people in Vegas. I remember that was the first time that you and I had some conversation, and it was fantastic. And it's a pleasure to know you. I look forward to your speech. Thank you, sir. Roy Francis.
Yeah!
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, man. How are you?
Good. Where did you come from?
I came from London, in the UK.
Ooh, that bottle of wine is just getting, those portions are getting smaller and smaller, aren't they? What are you going to talk about this weekend?
So I'm going to talk about the importance of cold approach and meeting women in real life, because the way that I see it is we're in this global digital dating marketplace where you've got all these apps, you've got Tinder, you've got Hinge, you've got all of that stuff. Very, very difficult for the average guy to get cut through. Okay, so we need to develop social skills so that we can go and meet women in real life, make a good impression, have that sort of command presence, and basically make it happen. That's what's going to give you standout. So I'm going to talk about that.
Interesting. I got a little story for the crowd. You know, there was a time when Troy and I did not get along.
Oh, I can't.
What's interesting is when we saw each other here, it was what, this morning?
Yeah.
At breakfast time, we almost had to trip over each other to apologize to each other, because that's what fucking men do.
Damn right.
That's what fucking men do. They end issues, they don't keep issues going. And I am glad. It's a pleasure, sir.
There he is.
Sharpe from Brooklyn, New York.
You're not going to get any wine, man. What are you going to speak about this weekend?
Yeah, so this weekend I'm going to be speaking about how to get women to love, value, and appreciate you in a situation of a relationship. So I'm a date coach for those who don't know, so I teach guys how to hook up with girls, but I also teach guys how to keep women interested. So, I want to really hone that in because, having sex is fun, but sometimes you might want a girlfriend, might want a wife. So I'm going to be talking about how to do that in a way that's going to be beneficial to you in the long term.
How to get them and keep them?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to have to take notes on that. It's good to see you. I said BOA. Here?
All right, we'll skip to the next one.
We'll go to the next one.
Let's do it.
Terrence Bob.
Yeah, Terry!
Where did you fly in from?
Detroit. She is armpit shithole and that's pretty close.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to speak on this weekend? Let me guess.
Mental toughness, mental resiliency, because a lot of guys have killed themselves out there. These are just basic tools to help you weather the storm until you get a break in the weather, and then you can put your plans into action and not be dead.
I will not forget the little chit chat we had in the hallway at the Venetian in Vegas, and you introduced me to the concept of administrative violence, which I never heard before.
Oh yeah.
And it's a way of protesting and getting action.
All right. Administrative violence is simply teaching men how to use bureaucracy against bureaucracy. For the most part, it's legal. It's totally unethical, but nobody has a problem with that. And everything in my mind is war. Everything. I can't turn it off. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. So if you go on a divorce court and your soon-to-be ex, you need to realize in your mind she's no longer a friend of yours. She is the enemy. And she's using the tools within that system to. She can lie to get the judge to do whatever she wants, and there's no downside for that. They can do whatever the hell they want, and you can wind up in jail, paying for kids that are not yours. I've seen guys get literally kicked out of their own home something that had, like, one guy owned his house, it was a $125K house, nothing fancy, but because she had a couple kids, she took the house. And he had to pay child support. So what you can do is, I'm teaching you tricks how to get them fired, how to get the tax man on them, criminal investigation, DWIs. All right, so if you're trying to get more time with your kids, and the ex-wife has a DWI and an open CPS investigation, you'd be like, what the fuck? So, I mean, a lot of guys don't know that. But if you look at the clockwork of any country, it's literally, gears moving around, and all of them have to justify their existence, especially in today's game. And this is magnified with Me Too. And you can use all of the tools against them. Of course, you have to be anonymous for the most part, unless you're going against judges. And you can talk about that as well. That requires more legwork. But, if you get, 5 to 10 guys in a certain county with a bad judge, you can royally fuck that guy's life up and turn his whole life into a redneck fucking nightmare.
You are going to know what I'm talking about. They won't know. But what is the number up to 434?
Wow.
It's basically men who come forward either in, DMs, comments on the videos, talking on the phone or email, of men who could say, hey, my comedy and my content has actually helped them not kill themselves. Because a lot of these guys, like, the same thing happened to me. You go to divorce court, you think you're gonna get a fair shake because you're in fucking America, and it doesn't matter if you're a soldier, and you get fucked over. That's wrong. That's wronger than two boys fucking in church with the priest.
Well, the number was 366. So for those that like to make fun of and say, oh, no one is saving lives.
I'm trying to save them all. And what I'm going to be talking about today is, if you're caught and they take away all your hope, most guys just shut down because they don't have that little light of hope. People navigate from that, get out of the trouble. Well, how about you set a goal, use it as a fucking torch to navigate yourself out of there, and fuck them. All right.
If you can't use that information for yourself, you are going to become a certified coach in helping others save themselves.
All right.
That's what we're going to learn this weekend. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Mr. Jack.
Church, check in.
We need a pulpit here.
We've got an organ coming in Sunday
Good to see you, sir. Good to see you.
Appreciate y'all having me. Coming in from Chicago, you already know, the ass cracker of the world. You talking about principles that I have called 30 code. It's basically rules to live by as men amongst men, brothers amongst brothers. So we don't backstab each other. We don't allow women to come in between us. I'm gonna break that down.
Okay.
To the mouth.
And if you get a chance, spend some time one-on-one with him. Last year, we sat at the same breakfast table, and I was just laughing the whole time. He's a genuinely funny guy, and definitely I can appreciate the work that you're doing. And I watch you on the YouTube channel. channel and how you interact with men, how you interact with callers, and you are an important voice in the men's development. Appreciate it.
Boring. It's not even regarded as part of the Northeast, but it is. Hey, how many people follow Freshman Fit? Make some noise.
Yeah!
How many people actually know where Myron Gaines is from?
Connecticut.
Okay. So Myron actually grew up 45 minutes from where I still do my films. We actually shoot Sabaho in the place where he grew up, which is Hartford, I believe. And so that's one thing Myron and I have in common, that we come from a place that is so horrifically dull and fucking boring that we don't claim it. So it's not funny, like, when you think Myron, you think, oh, that's Myron from Miami, because it's not even worth saying, actually, I'm from Connecticut. Unless one of the thoughts that's on the show is from Connecticut, and then maybe it kind of comes into question. That's what we do. So we're enjoying the warm weather and
what are you going to talk about?
This weekend I'm going to talk about, so we're at the Conference of Masculine Excellence, right? So we're dealing with problems that are rooted in masculinity, which means the answers are found in masculinity. So I try to think of some common feminine ideas, like, let's say that come from fatherless households, ideas that are making their way into the male consciousness. Let's say female advice, which is not, it's not bad that women are nurturing, that mothers want to be nurturing, but you can't nurture young men into a world that's not going to nurture them. Because reality is harsh, reality will eat you up. And one of these ideas that gets talked about a lot is the idea of learn to love yourself. How many people have been giving me advice, learn to love yourself when you're a mess? Just about every hand goes up, right? And so we're going to talk about being okay with hating yourself if you're constantly disappointing yourself and reinventing yourself into somebody worth loving instead of being a fucking disaster and doing what a lot of like Instagram chicks are doing, which is they're a fucking disaster. They wake up, look at themselves in the mirror, and instead of trying to fix anything, virtually anything, let's just try to like meditate on the idea of confidence, even though everything's a disaster. We're going to talk about actually putting in the work to build confidence and love yourself for a reason that makes sense because you built yourself into somebody worth loving.
All right.
Come on up.
That's me.
Yeah.
Your buddy. Yeah.
Every time, man, this guy reminds me of the Hunger Games, man. Shall not be named. I ended up, I have a severe nut allergy, man. I ended up eating some nuts, and I'm on my way out in the ambulance, like laying down in the stretcher. And I looked up at him and I said, man, the odds may forever be in my favor. I want to talk about rites of passage because I believe that men do not have those anymore. We have stats to show that there is nothing that delineates the passage from young boy to child. And so what we need to do is start taking our own rites of passage. And what does that look like? And we have to know what that looks like and what we're trying to accomplish. And so that's what we're going to discuss.
Excellent. Who has never seen Ed speak before? Raise your hand.
Oh, you guys are
Nice, fresh
yeah.
audience. This is great. This is great.
Yeah, nice fresh audience. Waiting for everybody. Yeah, so and you know, my favorite part, man, I'm meeting some of the guys here, and I'm like, just looked at interacting online. I'm like, yo, man, everybody else seems like they're real motherfuckers. Like, the ones and the zeros on the screen. So I'm excited to be here.
It's great to have you here, and it's great to see you again.
Kendall. I think Kendall is still up in his room. You guys here for the CME?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on in. Absolutely. That's okay. Kendall is still Kendall Kirkland from Temptation Island season 3. He just got here. But I'd like you to introduce. This is Miguel. This is the second half of the crypto guys. Go on up, man.
We have a mutual friend, Walt.
Yes, we do.
That's an inside
Excellent, excellent.
So
Where'd you come in from?
Monterey, California.
Oh, boy, that bottle, everyone's gonna get like a shot. And what are you gonna talk about?
Cryptocurrency. And, you know, my name is Dollar Cost Crypto. I've been in cryptocurrency since 2016. We run the largest cryptocurrency course in the world.
Yes.
You know, crypto mindset. Crypto makes you crazy, but it is the biggest wealth transfer in history. There is more money coming into the space than anything anywhere in the world. It's the fastest growing sector on the planet. Amen. But it's also the most volatile asset on the planet.
You think?
You know what I'm saying? Big down, big up.
Buy the dip, baby.
And buy the dip, that's exactly right. And that's what I'm gonna be talking about.
And it's something that anybody can get into at any level, isn't it?
Correct, yeah. You can make very simple portfolios and a very complex portfolio. It all depends on how busy you are and what you're doing in your life. But there's even my mom. My father's mine, my brother's mine, my whole family. And there's ways, there's certain coins you can buy that you can just purchase them, set it and forget it. Other ones you have to be on ball, right? And depending on your level and how much time you want to spend on this, the more time you put in, the more money you can make. So that's what I'll be talking about.
I am definitely looking forward to that. Are you looking forward to learning more about crypto? Rollo Tomasi.
He's on the Sosnick podcast.
That's right.
He should be here later.
He will be here. That's right. Am I missing anybody who's going to speak this weekend?
MLD.
Ah, John, come on up.
There we go.
Yes, yes. Another fellow.
Oh,
who
come on in, Kendall.
we've had some things, and the first thing that we said to each other was, I apologize. The first words out of our mouths to each other, I apologize. And good, my man.
There we go.
I came in from, obviously, Tokyo, Japan is where I live. And I'll be talking here tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. We're going to be talking about the red pill millionaire mindset. Quite frankly, a lot of people are just uncomfortable talking about money, right? If you use money today, raise your hand. So why the hell would we be so afraid about talking about money and really just concretely admitting that this is a big part of our life, all of us, and most people fucking suck at it, just like they suck at relationships. So if you can fix relationships, you can definitely fix your money problems. So I used to be dirt poor. I was able to make a multi-million-dollar business within 3 years, completely being like you, starting off being angry, watching Rollo's videos. And then you start, you go through the process and you start growing up, and then you start applying these things. So I'm like a poster boy for a guy who used to be on the other side of the screen like you, who applied the stuff to my life relentlessly. I am a little crazy. I have a crazy work ethic. But I wanted to fucking get what I got, and I have it, and it's awesome. And I was just like you, so I just want to let people know it is possible, and it's all about your mindset. The title of my presentation is The Red Pill Millionaire Mindset. So I'm going to be talking about that and how to actually apply it to your life. It's very guy-centric, girl, so if you don't want to listen, that's fine. But it talks about everything, sex is a part of it, money, muscles, game training, the whole thing. So tomorrow morning, 11 a.m.
Let's do it. So George, there's Kendall. I'm going to be doing a sit down with him. Go ahead, bring him on up.
Kendall.
Come on up.
Los Angeles.
LA, baby. Woo!
All right, so that bottle of wine, everyone's going to get a half a shot. Okay. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller. And what are you going to be talking about?
Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about my experience on Malaysian Island, my whole dating experience, what I'm doing now, the success tips, and a lot of different things to bring out.
Fantastic. 6'4", 6 feet tall. Do you encourage men to take notes?
I do. I would definitely advise everyone to take notes. Just because there's so many wild things that happen on the show that I think different things from to really further their situation, whether you're dating, whether you're not dating, whether you're behind the scenes? I'll give you all behind the scenes, whatever question you got.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very good.
Excellent. It's great to have you here, sir. Well, I think I'm going to bring up the guy who started this conference. He had an idea, and like all ideas, they start out as seeds, and they need to be put in the proper soil, watered properly, get the right amount of support, and they become something like this. It's my honor to introduce to you Mr. Donovan. Where'd you travel in from?
Philadelphia, PA. Another ass crack. United States. I heard Detroit. I know Detroit's definitely the ass crack of the US. And then I think Jeff said Chicago. I've flown through Chicago, so I can't really give my opinion on that. But yeah, flew in from Philly, and we got here yesterday. I got a good night's sleep, so I'm ready to go.
Excellent. What are you going to talk about this weekend?
I'm going to talk about evolution. I'm going to talk about the fact that you can't really pigeonhole yourself as a man, right? We all find the red pill, we all swear up and down, bitches ain't shit, I'm gonna fuck 10 bitches a day until I die, but then a funny thing happens on the way to the fabled playa status. You get older, you get a little bit more mature, you might meet someone who...
Throw your back out.
Yeah, there you go. I don't do that in confidence. I'm supposed to say nothing about that. But it's just, I want to give guys permission. I want to give guys permission to say, hey, you know what? It's okay to settle down. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. But I want guys to know that it's all right to evolve. It's all right to admit that yes, women can bring value to your life. It is rare indeed, but it does happen. So that's what I'm going to be talking about this weekend.
What can guys expect from the CME who have never been here before?
Your life is going to change, guys. Congratulations to you all. You guys have probably made one of the most important decisions you have made in your lives. One of the main things that I want to really champion out here, which is what was happening out there, is guys networking with one another. I see guys in the chat all the time. Donovan, how can I find like-minded men? How do I? And we all try to evangelize the red pill, right? We all hear my brother, my dad, my cousin is about to make the hugest mistake. He's about to marry a stripper with 3 kids. I'm trying to talk him out of it. And the first thing we tell guys is, hey, all you can do is give them Rollo's book and tell them, hey, I'll be there to pick up the pieces. Because we know when you evangelize the red pill, they do one of two things. They say, oh yeah, totally, and then they don't do anything. Or they say, yeah, but Stacy's not like that, and then everything remains the same. So what I want guys to really understand is that the only way you can sort of galvanize your masculinity is to be around like-minded men all the time. We got guys here from all over the world. Guys from as close as right down the street all the way across to Tokyo, Japan. And I think it's pretty clear that we are the minority, guys. We're the minority. We're the minority. The world out there, they don't like what we're talking about here. They don't like what we're talking about here. They don't like that we've lifted the veil on everything we've been lied about since birth. And so the main idea of this event is the togetherness and building lifelong bonds and friendships with men who think like we do.
How can the attendees get the most out of an event like this?
Absolutely. Talk to people. Talk to the attendees. Talk to the speakers. If you listen, live stream, YouTube, Instagram, whatever the case may be, get the message out. That's how you get the most out of this. Definitely take a lot of notes. Take a lot of notes, take a lot of pictures, exchange phone numbers, exchange Instagrams if you have them. Get to know each other. If you really want to get the most out of this, I challenge everyone in here, get everyone's phone number. Get everyone's phone number you can, mine included. Because the only way you can really keep from blue pill backsliding is if you have the support of the people around you. And God knows we don't have that at home. So we're gonna have to create sort of a quasi home with this community.
How about as far as their personal social media? Can people take pictures or videos and post them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can take pictures, post them to social media, whatever the case may be. And if a certain someone should show up, we'll deal with that.
And what hashtags should people use when posting?
CME. Hashtag CME. Hashtag City Boys We Up. Shout out to Myron and Fresh. But yeah, use hashtag CMEs in all of your social media posts, and that'll be the best way to get the word out.
Excellent, excellent. And when do we start tomorrow morning?
We start tomorrow morning bright and early at 9 a.m. Book of Alpharonomy, if I can lay eyes on him, he's going to lead us off, and then we go from there.
And there's breakfast at 7 a.m.
I think
no, 6. 6 during the week and 7 on the weekends.
7 on the weekends, yeah, you know better than I do.
Free breakfast.
Yes,
Free breakfast.
Free breakfast,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
The breakfast is good.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other like housekeeping stuff that people need to know about?
I really want to say a few words about a few people, if I can take this. I want everyone to give this man a standing ovation.
Yeah! Yeah!
There's only one George Broodell, and I knew that as soon as I was able to wrangle him away, I knew that the game had changed. Let me give a couple of special thanks. Special thanks goes to Chris Rice, longtime supporter of mine. King Life, stand up. Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right.
One of the original K-Song OGs, Miami J, raise your hand. So this weekend it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be laughter. There might even be a few tears in the not too distant future. But like I said, I challenge everyone here: love each other, get each other's phone numbers, do what you have to do to connect with one another. Because like I said, when we go back to our respective cities, we're not going to be welcomed with open arms when we start talking about this. It just doesn't work that way. And I think we need to understand that we are all we have when it really comes down to it. Let's go ahead and start passing out the Red Bulls. Ooh, nice.
Take one and pass it.
All right.
You can see the picture.
We got some vodka.
Yeah, man. Everybody boys, we up. Everybody, everybody make a Red Bull.
I see they're doing sugar-free. Sugar-free? Not sugar-free.
Got sugar-free? Oh, I think that's sugar-free. Yeah, you got the sugar-free one.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Hashtag I survived.
Hey, you got another one in there?
Hey, you gotta relax. Relax.
You got one?
Anybody else? More?
So, ooh, man, this is hard. So on,
Take your time, man, take your time.
Get through it, bro.
It's good, Donovan.
You're good.
It's all right.
So on May 5th of this year, I lost one of my best friends, and the most difficult part was the suddenness of his death. A lot of people had a lot of bad things to say about him, and that, those kinds of things tend to make me a little bit angry, as a lot of things do. But this one really hit home for a lot of different reasons. Kevin was a mentor of mine for the better part of the last 5.5, 6 years, and I've known Kevin. I've known Kevin since I had more subs than him. Kevin was a man's man. He really was. A lot of people called him kitten heels. They tried to call him gay and all this other kind of stuff. And those who knew him the best, we all know that that's not true. But Kevin left an indelible legacy for all of us to follow. And we would be doing the world a disservice if we don't continue to live by the things that he talked about. Now, all of us talk about similar things, self-improvement, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Being a high-value man, which, by the way, wasn't made up by Kevin. But Kevin was the guy that told guys at first to suit up, put on a shirt and tie, walk like you give a shit, talk like you give a shit. Then he turned to the female sector. Didn't really get much traction until a certain woman named Jessica called into his show, and she says, well, rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. Kevin told her she was average at best, and the rest is history. Kevin and I, we talked a lot. We talked about personal things. We talked about business things. Kevin never, ever, ever, ever steered me in the wrong direction. Everything that man ever told me was the right thing to do. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. He died at 53 years old. Whew. But I think it's clear that his work was done. I'm not too religious. Every once in a while I'm a little bit more religious at times than others. But when Kevin died, it's a lot. To be honest with you, I still haven't processed it yet. And there are all sorts of rumors about his death and this and that and the other. None of that matters. What really matters is the difference he made in a lot of people's lives. And I'm not going to talk about, bad things that people are saying, because in the end, that doesn't really matter. So,
come on, man.
So raise your Red Bulls one last time.
All right.
To Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels. You know what? He's upstairs crushing it just like he did down here.
Yeah. So I'm glad you guys all came. We're gonna have a good time. I don't know what time it is, right? Oh, it's not even 7 o'clock yet. So this went very well. Our next, so we're gonna do the VIP event. That doesn't start until 8:30, so we've got some time to burn. If you want to know where the VIP event is, just take your phone and scan that QR code. It'll tell you exactly where to go. We're all going to have a good time. But on a lighter note, I'm glad that we're all here. I'm glad that we're all here. There are a lot of forces, trying to stop this thing, and I think, George, you encapsulated it best in terms of sort of burying the hatchet with certain people. Guys, I'm here to tell you, it takes a certain amount of testicular fortitude to look another man in the eye that you have talked shit about, that you've said bad things about, and say, hey, I'm sorry, my bad. That's not beta, that's not being a simp. No, that's just being a fucking man. And at the end of the day, guys, the world doesn't give a fuck about us.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
The world does not give a fuck about us. It honestly, it really does not. So anytime you meet like-minded men like this, you got to cherish these friendships, man. Look, we can't tear each other down. All right, we can't talk shit about people. We can't do that kind of thing. If you have a disagreement, handle it behind the scenes, man to man, the way it should be done. So I thank you guys all very much for coming out to the second annual CME. I can't believe we're doing this again. I had some health issues last time. I almost didn't make it, but I'm a little better this time. But I'm glad you guys are all here. Like I said, talk to each other, get each other's contact information, hashtag CME, and I will see everyone at this location at 8:30.
All right.
Oh, my bad, buddy. You go.
Thanks for putting this on. This is important.
Thank you. I'll tell you what I'll do. For the next 10 or 15 minutes, if you want, we'll do a short Q&A with myself and George.
You good?
Otherwise, everybody mingle. We'll go. Does anybody have any questions about the event or anything like that? Yes, sir.
You said mentioned breakfast in the morning. Is that here?
Yep. It's hot breakfast, eggs,
And that's just being part of the CME event?
That's if you're
Sorry, man. You're good. Don't worry about
Oh, how far is this place from here?
Walking distance, I think.
Okay. I'll answer that here shortly. Oh, the real celebrity's here now, huh? That's the man right there.
That's the thing with these things.
I chose the speakers the way I really did it. Let's quiet down a little, guys. Let's quiet down. That's fine. We can listen. If you want to talk, we can go outside. I just want to make sure that anyone in here has any questions that they want answered. How did I? The way I chose the speakers is I tried to build relationships with them before I actually asked them to give up an entire weekend. That, of course, was one-on-one with Donovan Sharpe. But then I also decided to, I stuck with guys who don't. I need it quiet in the back, please. I stuck with guys who don't regularly get into, silly beefs, petty stuff like that. Now, every once in a while, there can be guys, just like George and MLD, and George and Troy, they had some words. But a funny thing happens when you actually meet a man and shake his hand. Like, all that kind of stuff kind of goes away. So, and there were some guys that wanted to be here that I decided not to allow to come. I hated to have to say no to certain people, but at the end of the day, I gotta keep the peace. Yes, we are Team Man, but when, there's some people that have done and said things have bridged too far, and listen, I'm all about making amends, but some people cannot be made amends with. So that's really a lot for sure. Yeah, yes, sir. Anybody else?
Are Myron Fresh still going to be speaking or no?
Here's the truth, guys. I wanted Myron Fresh to be here. I did. They might come, but the problem with them being associated with me is that there is a certain individual who punishes them for being associated with me, right? Myron has a lot of people to be responsible for financially. The Fresh and Fit podcast is an industry. There are employees. I'm talking benefits, everything. That thing is a runaway train, and it's not stopping anytime soon. Myron's one of my best friends. Unfortunately, some of my adversaries know that we're really good friends, and that person knows the influence that Myron has. So anytime I come down here to Miami, if they mention the CME on Fresh and Fit, they unfortunately they're attacked. So I'm going to leave that up to Myron. I would like for him to come, but I'm not going to ask him to risk his livelihood, Walt's livelihood, Maurice's livelihood, or Aaron's livelihood to speak. I honestly, I thought he might come through, but he's still a little bit timid just given what's happening behind the scenes. But I can assure you that those who have done these things will fucking pay. They're gonna fucking pay. Any other questions? Yes, sir?
How do you stay motivated?
Oh, it's not hard. It's not hard. Jesus. I don't have a problem with staying motivated. I'm always motivated. I'm just,
What keeps you motivated?
God, that's a good question. What's that?
Rents do every day.
Yeah, you know, it's God, what keeps me motivated? I don't think I've ever thought about that. I don't know. I think what keeps me motivated is I don't know. I like hanging out with you guys. I do. Yeah, you know, the money is great and all that, but you know what I really like doing is I like shaking hands. I like looking people in the eye. So what really keeps me motivated is you guys. If I'm keeping it 100, yeah.
Great answer.
Yeah. Any other questions? Ed, what you got?
Throw you on the spot for a minute.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, so watching like the evolution of the show and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a straight brilliant move to start bringing in a female component. I remember like several times before you were like, that's never happening on my show. It's never went on. So I'm curious, like, I don't think it was just a business decision, maybe it was. Like, what ultimately kind of led you to move the show that way?
Yeah.
And grow the brand and expand in that manner?
So you know what they say. Successful people do what other successful people are doing. So I saw two of my best friends, Kevin and Myron, blowing up, and I was like, well, damn, man, why are they blowing up and I'm not? What are they doing that I'm not doing other than the obvious? Oh, that's right. They have women on the show. So in the beginning, I decided, yeah, I'm gonna have them on the show, and we're gonna. But I didn't want to do an adversarial show. I wanted to do a collaborative. That's fine. I wanted to do a collaborative type content. Of course, I started out here with the lovely and talented Devin. Then, of course, Allie and Pearl are here. Tallulah could not be here, and neither could. Oh, Janelle is going to be here on Sunday. But I think what I want to really, and I don't want to give away my speech here, but in terms of the evolution, I think it's important to allow women into the conversation that understand what we understand, right? Some women pretend to understand what we understand only for attention and likes and clicks and this and that. But Deb is a made woman, man. She puts up with me, and we've been together, God, over 6 years, 5 officially. So if anyone can offer insight on what it's like to be a quote-unquote red pill woman, it's absolutely her. And I thought it's important for people to see, hey, because I've been talking, oh, you know, I made my woman do this and that and the third. To really answer your question is I wanted to show the receipts, man. I wanted to show guys that, hey, yeah, you know what, my woman is in line. Yes, you know, no, I do not have her locked in the cage most of the time. But I found very, very quickly that there were, believe it or not, other women like her. And so I wanted to bring as many women like Dev together, and that's the new direction I'm taking. Because when it comes down to it, we all want to fuck bitches, right? Oh, yeah. Hello. You know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to get laid. But, and this is something that Kevin always said, the natural state of people is other people. Whoever's phone is dinging, can they stop that? Because that's really distracting. People want to be in relationships with people. That's what life is about. Life is about people. The physical purpose of life is procreation. Just make other people. But now that we've evolved, we want to be with people who make us happy for the most part. And I believe that most guys here, I think that most men, I think that you would agree, most men aren't cut out for the player life. I wasn't cut out for the fucking player life. Look what it did to me. Like, yeah, I had a good time, but I had a nickel a day coke habit. I was getting in trouble with the law every other week, and I almost lost my life. But I mean, it was a great time. It was a magic carpet ride. But I don't recommend it, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. Touche. Just don't do it like I did. But I think that most men are just, when most men find the red pill, they're just looking for answers. Most guys don't want to have a 10-girl rotation like John Anthony. We can't all be like him. And that was all cat. That dude, don't get me started. But, and yeah, that was a fucking shot at him, you son of a bitch. Sorry about that. I control it. But most men just want to be in a relationship with a woman who doesn't drive them fucking crazy. And so that's mainly the reason why I decided to bring women into the conversation. And it wasn't just random women. Like, I vetted them all very, very thoroughly. And they are absolutely the real deal. And I think that their voice is, voices like that are welcome on my platform. listen, we all know the thought mommies on Fresh and Fit. We know they're never going to get it. We know they're never ever going to get it. But I want to show everyone that, hey, you know what? Men and women can actually talk about relationships without wanting to kill each other or pull balickies on each other. So that was the main reason. Yes, a woman pulled a gun on Fresh and Fit. So, yeah. And I think a gay stripper also broke into. Just a rumor.
Allegedly. You were talking about you don't bring people into court controversy. I'm so happy that I'm not that guy that courts controversy when I was on the show, because I was just sitting there like, it's gonna be the day. It's gonna be the day. You're gonna have to Frank Castle somebody and she'll be packing. But no, man, that's it.
Okay, cool. Any other questions before we split? Anything at all? 13 inches.
After the after the speakers are done for the day and
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'll just go home, going back to hotels, and is there like things that will happen?
Yeah, so the itinerary, I posted the itinerary on the portal. Yep.
Very good.
There you go. I also posted it on Instagram. So what happens is after the speakers are done for the day or the evening, tonight we have the cigar bar event. That's at 8:30. Tomorrow night is the Feast of Champions. That happens at 8 o'clock, I think. Feast of Champions on Saturday. Tomorrow night, dude, go to Miami.
It's Friday night in Miami, but if you can't find something to do, call me. I'll let you know where to go.
Yeah, but there's plenty to do here.
There's a reason why he's called Miami.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But yeah. I mean, enjoy the city. We'll try to keep you guys as occupied as possible. But you guys are grown men. I think you guys can find enough trouble to get into all on your own. Anything else? Anything at all?
I have a question about Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Since you were talking about your association with them, does that mean you won't be making any more appearances on their show, or?
Oh, I'll be making appearances on the show. It's not. There are things happening behind the scenes that I can't talk about because there are legal ramifications. But that son of a bitch is going to be dealt with legally. That I can assure you. So listen, Myron and I, we talk every day. I understand why he does what he does. He understands why I do what I do. But yeah, I will most certainly be on Fresh and Fit. Yeah, at some point. Who knows?
Breakfast tomorrow is at 6.
Yes.
Starts at 6. It's not like you have to arrive at 6.
Yeah, 6 to 9.
It's a free breakfast provided by the hotel. It's excellent. It's not just like toast and coffee. It's like a real
Only for people that are staying.
For people that are staying here, that is correct. And we want people in this room at what time?
8:45. 8:45. 8:45 in this room. Listen, this is going to be a dynamite conference, guys. I'm already less stressed than I was about an hour ago.
Very good.
But thank you guys for coming. Oh, wait, any other?
I have a question for you.
Sure, yeah.
We are streaming live and people purchased virtual tickets.
We did.
We have a lot of people watching virtually, don't we?
Yeah. We sold 75 virtual tickets, man. So yeah, guys.
That's good.
All right. There were some rumors out there that I had canceled the event. But clearly that's not true. But yeah, you guys killed it, man. The speaker lineup and my team. Shout out to my head videographer, Jay Sean. Raise your hand. Yeah. Also, shout out to the Sabo brothers, man. Where are you guys at? Where's Kevin?
Yeah.
She's gonna need a babysitter. The Sabo brothers, man. I like those guys a lot. They're young, they're hungry, they work hard. They don't belong in Connecticut, and so we're gonna work as hard as we can to get them the fuck out of there. But it doesn't take me long to recognize talent. I'm not a talent scout. I'm not a kingmaker. I'm basically who O'Shea thinks he is. So I'm like a rich man's O'Shea. I'll be taking shots all week long because I'm kind of just fucking tired of these people. But But yeah, Kevin, dude, the Sabo brothers, you guys are three brothers, and I spent some time with you guys and your dad last night. That's some special shit, man. Like the bond that you guys have with each other and your father, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. You three are very, very lucky to have each other. You guys are honest, hardworking kids, and I really appreciate you guys coming out here and busting your ass for this. And I'll definitely, yeah, I appreciate it. I will definitely make sure that you guys get as much exposure as possible. BOA is in the house, man. So this is the first time I've ever met this guy up close and personal. Yep, I wouldn't throw hands with you either. So every time I do these, man, my list of guys I wouldn't throw hands with keeps getting bigger. Yeah, this is Book of Alpharonomy. He's going to be our leadoff hitter for the CME. He's the guy that we're going to be listening to tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I guess I'll turn it over to George.
Oh, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. Well, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good to meet you. Where did you travel from?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Good drive. Just turned it into a week family vacation.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What are you going to be speaking
on? A lot of guys I talk to, they want results, but they don't understand that there are steps to results, and you can't skip the steps. But the steps are hard. You got to be ready to take the steps, more so than ready to make the transition. The transition doesn't matter. You never know where you're going to end, but the steps are going to get you to the best place you can be. And so my speech, for lack of a better way to put it, it's going to be centered around the actual steps that I think any man who's made it to a certain level can agree with. I mean, we may go about ways sometimes, but we pretty much all have to take the same steps within ourselves. Now, there are steps to build yourself into a better version of yourself, get stronger in the gym, eat right. But there are internal steps that you have to take before you can do any of those things. And that's the one.
I got a question for you. How did you come up with your stage name?
Well, I'm a reader, an avid reader. Book. Alpha.
Right?
Yeah. Deuteronomy is a play on the biblical book Deuteronomy. Which, every man has to have it can be God, it can be the ceiling fan in your house. You have to have a higher power that you believe in, because if not, you believe in yourself more than anything. How many times have you failed? How many times have you been knocked down? Like, you want to believe in something that can pick you up when you're down. And so I thought it was cool too. There it is.
Are you looking forward to hearing any speakers on the list yourself?
I'm looking forward to hearing Donovan, who I hear speak on the show, and he's but let's calm him down and do I want to hear Lecarius, because he has some interesting angles that we don't always take the same route, but I always see him at the finish line like, hey man, how'd you get here going that route? Right. But we're always there, so I just want to hear him tell the guys his angles, because not many people cover the angles that he covers. And Sabo, Kevin Sabo.
Yes, sir.
I guess the young head in the room. One of the young heads in the room. And just to hear some perspective from a much younger guy who's from Connecticut of all places. And pretty much I just want to hear all the guys speak. I've never heard any of these guys speak in person. So, it's one thing to create content, but to have an opportunity to really open up, yes, it's a different thing.
That's exciting. Any last things?
Enjoy yourselves, guys. Thank you very, very much for coming out, and we'll see you we'll see our VIPs at the cigar bar.
Yeah.
Now we can talk. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. By the way, I've got a. So I've got this. If you want to share a memory about Kevin Samuels, what we're going to do is, we've got. That's right. We've got a pen up here. If you want to share a memory about Kevin Samuels, we're going to send this to the family. Let's see. Also, the speakers, if you would, if you would sign this card, you know, and don't do, you know, like the yearbook of the 1980s, hey, stay cool, see you next year. Just, you know, sign your name, say something nice, and we'll also send that to Kevin's mother and his sisters. But I would really appreciate it if you guys would just to let the family know what a positive impact he had on people. Because all they're hearing right now is a bunch of bullshit, man. Like, I mean, he is getting drugged through the mud. Kevin Samuels died with a dick in his mouth. He was doing cocaine, and it was laced with fentanyl. He had his gay lover there. He had less than $1,000 in his bank account, all this other kind of stuff. Kevin Samuels, his family did a GoFundMe. That turned out to be bullshit. Kevin was his own cottage industry, and now people are making money talking about it. You understand? They're making money by disrespecting him, but I want his family to know, hey, you know what? There were some people that he did touch in a positive way. And anybody can sit down and send an email, anybody can send a text message, but if they get something in writing, I think that'd make a much bigger impact. So that's what we'll do. Thank you for reminding me of that.
And the VIP meet and greet code is on the table. It's easier to scan that way.
So this is why we call her the lovely and talented Devin. If you want to know where the VIP meet and greet is, you guys know how to do the QR code. Scan it with your camera, and boop, it gives you the directions. It's actually very cool. Very, very cool. Any other questions operationally? Anything to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Yes, sir?
Is there any way we could get a shout out to the Red Pill Lions, the project that the Sable brothers have started?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't. Actually, Rola's going to do that.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Cool. Speech. Yeah. Yeah. Rola's doing the Adam Sosnick podcast. I think he's there with Tori. And I told him, he said, hey man, I can get my driver to fly. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to have another one on our friends die. So yeah, he's speaking on Saturday, right before me. But yeah, he'll definitely talk about that. I still have no idea what an NFT is. Yeah. I really don't.
And we're trying to give you some.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I thought it was not fucking there. I don't know. Yes. Oh, he'll definitely be there. Yeah. Rola's going to be at the VIP event for sure, along with the lovely ladies. You guys can pick their brains. What's it like, you know, being in a relationship with a maniac? Things of that nature. But yeah, they'll definitely be there. Anything else? Anything at all?
I love you.
What's that? What's that?
I love you.
I love you too, man. Yes, sir.
How's early retirement going for you? Are you still planning on moving to Vegas?
No, I'm not moving to Vegas. No,
Oh,
I'm moving to Reno. Reno is it's the poor man's Vegas. There's too much trouble. To be honest with you, being in Miami is Vegas with humidity.
Yep.
That's what it is. You know, and it's a little easier to get cocaine here. I'm told. I don't know. Yeah, I've been. You know, someone told me, a friend. But yeah, I'll be moving out there. It's a good life out. It's a good life out there, and I'm tired of being in the Northeast. So yeah, that's it. But early retirement, Jesus Christ. My doctor keeps telling me I need to slow down. I gotta do something. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to. Anything else? Anything at all? Okay. All right, I think we're good. Let's all go out and have a good time, man. Thank you.
Cool, I'll let you guys step out.
This is gonna go in my cabinet.
I'm gonna step out for a second. Woo! Thanks, buddy. Oh, I got you.
I got this shirt because I was going to meet you in Texas to see if we get it.
I should not have worn that shirt. Nice to meet you. When you get older, you get a little loose.
Oh, yeah, the string cut out halfway through, so I don't know if this is rolling or not.
I looked at it.
But
the audio is still good, though.
But there's nothing.
Still got
200. I'm looking right. I can see the camera. So anybody that has audio right now that doesn't have visuals.
Are you all staying in this for the VIP? Like, were we staying dressed like this?
Are you gonna go change into pajamas for the fucking VIP?
I would like to.
It does say VIP.
Yeah.
It's a cigar swag.
Okay.
Yeah, if they I didn't grab one because I was helping with the crew. If you want, I think you know Allie, the girl with the brown hair? Yeah, maybe she can grab you one. Do you have more wristbands for him?
Do you have your ID?
Yeah. What's up, you guys? I'm sorry.
LA, past like eastern of LA, right?
Hey, you guys were saying the YouTube feed cut off, right? Yeah, you guys were saying the YouTube feed was black, right?
The Zoom feed.
The Zoom feed, not this one?
I don't know.
Oh, it was one of them. But this one's been rolling, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Hey,
Zoom
Rocky,
feed.
I
What's up?
want to compliment you on the color that you chose.
Look at that. Is it still going?